Hey, what is going on, everybody on YouTube? Steve here, Rake and Profit, rakeandprofit.com. Hopefully, you guys are having a spectacular day so far. In today's live show, we're going to be talking about a new app that I literally just downloaded a couple of minutes ago. And I wanted to make a video to kind of share with you guys why I downloaded this app, what this app does, how it could help you. And I'm going to just kind of track my journey using this app to see if it actually works for me and I find it beneficial or not. I really do think it's going to work because it's a pretty straightforward app. The app is called MileIQ, MileIQ. And essentially what this app does is it's an app that runs in the background and it tracks your mileage. So let's just say that you're driving, to Goodwill. I don't know, maybe you're driving to Toys R Us, you're doing retail arbitrage, or maybe you're, picking up a wholesale deal. This app drives in the back. This app is in the background, and when you're driving, tracking your mileage, right? So this app allows you to classify your mileage you're driving as either business or personal. That the IRS is going to want to see how many miles in total you've driven, what's personal and what's business. So one of the challenges that I've had as of late working with my CPA and my bookkeeper is giving an accurate the mileage. And there's a couple ways that most people track their mileage, right? Most people just estimate. They write down what the mileage is at the beginning of the year on their odometer, and then they write down what it is at the end of the year. And let's just say it's 15,000 miles. Essentially, what they do is they make a rough estimate in terms of how many they believe is personal and how many they believe is business. And the problem that lies there is it's just an estimate. And one thing that you need to realize about the IRS, and my father's a CPA, so he's kind of let me in on how things work is the IRS wants to see proof, right? It's the same thing when you purchase an item. If you're going to write that off as cost of goods sold after it sells, they're going to want to see proof of that receipt. So you've got to track the receipt. And the same stands true for mileage. You've got to have proof of it, in case you ever did get audited. And as of late, working with my accountant and my CPA and my bookkeeper, I've realized that I needed to make a change, right? No longer did I want to manually write down each one and then have to estimate at the end of the year. I wanted to have something more substantial, something that was evidence because, getting audited, it's rare. Most people don't. But if it does happen, it could turn into a nightmare based on what I've heard. So you want to be prepared. So essentially, this app right here, MileIQ, it's an app that I just downloaded, is an app that runs in the background. And when you're driving around throughout the day, it's actually running in the background, tracking all of your trips. And essentially, all you have to do is swipe left for it to be classified as business or swipe right for it to be classified as personal. So it's a pretty cool app. I wanted to introduce it to you guys. Again, I just downloaded it, so I can't really give you a review. I just wanted to introduce it to you guys because I talked to a lot of resellers, a lot of eBay folks, a lot of Amazon folks, and most people, when it comes to accounting, bookkeeping, tracking receipts, all these different things, they do it very hodgepodgey. And, I've done it that way as well. And I have a lot of improvements that I need to work on myself. So I want to share with you, the journey, the different things that I'm trying out to improve my systems, to make sure that I'm on the right side of the law, that I'm doing things correctly, right? So I think MileIQ is a pretty cool app. And I'm going to dive into the comments and ask anybody out there, have you ever used MileIQ? If you have, did you like it? Did you dislike it? Do you have any other apps that you're using? Let's get a feel for what people in the comments are all about. And also, in addition, let me know if you're not using this app, how are you tracking your mileage? That's what I'm curious about. How are you doing it? Are you estimating at the end of the year? Are you manually writing it down in a notebook? Or do you have an app? So I'm going to dive into the comments section very quickly, shout some people out. So it looks like we got a bunch of people watching right now. Crystal Ariel, was that you that I just talked to on the phone, Crystal, or is this a new Crystal? We've got Yvonne Pina in the house. What's going on, everybody? I'm just looking to see if there's any comments. Somebody said, do they know if you lie? So I think somebody's asking, would the IRS know if you're lying? I think it comes down to, and I'm not an accountant or a tax professional or a lawyer or anything like that. So you're going to want to seek legal advice. But based on my knowledge, it's not about lying or telling the truth. It's about, do you have proof? Right? So if you were to get audited, they're going to want to look at everything, right? They're going to want to look at everything that you've deducted, everything that you've written off as an expense, whether it's, you know, um, you know, software or it's equipment like a camera or, cost of goods sold, right? They're going to want to see all your receipts, mileage. So, it's one of those things. It's kind of like getting health insurance, right? You're paying that monthly payment every single month in hopes that, if you ever came down with some serious illness or like, something horrible happened, you've got something there to protect you. And it's the same thing with, following proper protocol when it comes to, bookkeeping and saving your receipts and writing off deductions. You want to make sure in case that worst case scenario ever happened, if you ever got audited, that you have something as proof. And a cool thing about this app that I really liked is it tracks all your mileage, right? So you swipe it as personal, you swipe it for business. And every month you actually get, I don't know if you can see this. Let me switch screens. I don't know if you can see this, but this says your drives. See, I'm brand new. I haven't driven yet, so that says nothing. But you can also go to monthly summary, and it'll give you like a summary in terms of the value of the miles driven. And if you guys know anything about deducting mileage, the IRS will actually allow you to deduct or get back 54 cents per mile. So let's just say, you drove 1 mile, essentially you're able to deduct or you're getting back 54 cents. I'm not an accountant, so I don't know the exact terminology for it all, but you could actually get monthly summaries on this app, which is really cool in terms of the value and the miles driven and everything. And another cool thing is you can actually download in PDF form your monthly summaries and then your overall total yearly summary, which is really great for your accountant because at the end of the year, they're going to ask you for, all your different deductions and whatnot. And when it comes to mileage, you can easily print off your PDF spreadsheet summary of all your mileage and give that right to them. And another cool thing that I learned about this app is each time you drive, you can obviously classify it as personal or business, but even when it comes to business, you can create a purpose or a category for each one. So say you're a photographer, you're running a photography business. You can have one of the categories as maybe weddings or maybe models or retail stores, whatever you do photography for. And the same stands true for your eBay business, right? You can have one business category as maybe thrifting, and then maybe another as garage sales, or another as retail arbitrage, or another as post office, dropping things off at the post office. So I'm really excited about this app, and yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I feel like this might be able to help you guys out. Um, just going into the comments really quick. So I had asked a question earlier. I asked people, what are you currently doing to track your mileage? And I am looking to see what's going on. I do want to mention, guys, another cool thing about MileIQ is if you have any friends or you know anybody who might benefit from this, they actually have a refer a friend program. So if you guys actually go down into the description, I have a link, rakeandprofit.com/MileIQ. And if you go through with the annual program, the annual year, I think it's like 50 something dollars, and you'll get 20% off if you use my link. So if you go through that, I think I get like a Tango card, which I don't even know what that is, for each person who goes through my link. And it's a win-win. I get a little something, and you'll also save 20%. They do have a monthly option for $5.99 a month. They have a free option, which I believe is up to 40 drives per month. I'm just looking at mine right now, up to 40 drives per month for free, monthly at $5.99. And then if you want to go annually, which 20% of 50 something, you'll save like 10 or 15 bucks. If you go through my link, you'll save 20%. You do have to go through the desktop version, I believe, to get that 20% off. If you go through the App Store and you use my link, I don't think it'll work. So I just wanted to let you guys know. Crystal says, seriously, tracking mileage is no joke. I had my mileage tracked incorrectly for 2014 and they disallowed it. I'm paying off $6,000 now. Use this app. So it looks like Crystal's been enjoying this app, which is pretty cool. Thanks for sharing that. Terrence is saying, smash that like button happening in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I definitely appreciate that, guys. If you are enjoying this content, be sure to hit the like button. I think over the next couple of months, I'm going to start sharing the different softwares that I use with you guys. And I think it'll benefit you guys because I've been making a lot of changes in terms of the back end of my business to make sure I'm on the right side of the law. I hired a new CPA, I hired a new bookkeeper. I know not everybody could afford a bookkeeper, so I think I'm going to be reviewing and trying out this new software called Shoeboxed. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is, but it's a way for you to be able to you send your receipts to this company and they organize it nicely for you, and it's much cheaper than having a bookkeeper because my bookkeeper's $300 a month. It's not cheap at all, but they're actually an accountant and a bookkeeper, so long story short, it works out for me, but I'm sure that not everybody could afford that. So let's see. Organically, Hannah says, sucks because traffic is so bad where I live. 5 miles is like 30 minutes driving time. So that is unfortunate, but again, this app will be running in the background tracking that for you. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited. Once I get off this live hangout, I'm going to go to a thrift store and I'm going to see what happens. I don't exactly know how it works because let's see. If you go to, let me switch screens real quick. If you go all the way down to the bottom, it says drive detection on. So you can actually turn that off, and it says MileIQ no longer automatically catching your drives. And then if I turn it on, it says MileIQ catches drives automatically with the help of sensors in your phone. So this is really cool. I know my good buddy Tim Fisk, who I think I'm going out to eat with him for dinner tonight. He uses it and he said he liked it. So let's see. I'm just looking to see what else is going on in this app. I've got a few notes written down. So again, just to recap, this app is running in the background, tracks your mileage. You can either indicate it as business mileage or personal, because again, at the end of the year, the IRS, when you go to deduct your mileage, from my understanding, they're going to want to see your whole total grand scheme of mileage, personal and business. So this allows you to kind of differentiate between the two. App runs in the background automatically. The app also automatically calculates the value of each drive. And to explain that, for every mile you drive, you're actually able to, I believe, get back or write off or deduct 54 cents per mile. So that's pretty cool. It kind of gives you an overview of what it's worth. You can categorize your drives. So obviously, personal and business, but even to dive a little deeper into the business section of the app, you can categorize it as, thrift stores or garage sales or whatever it is that you're doing to just make it more specific. Also, on each drive, you can actually go in and add a note. So if there's some type of note, something that happened that was unusual, you can write that down as well. There's also a feature that if you switch cars, or if there's tolls, or if there's, I don't know, different fees associated while you're driving, you can actually input that into the app as well, I learned. And lastly, I'm going to just talk about why I've decided to try the app, just to recap. So I decided to use this app because I wanted to be able to accurately track my business mileage and my total mileage in general. I wanted to be able to accurately differentiate between business and personal, and how many personal and how many business, because what most people are doing at the end of the year when their accountant asks them, hey, John or Steve or Heather, how much business mileage did you accrue and then how many personal, most people are either just guessing and throwing a random number out in the blue, or they're going into their handy dandy notebook, which they carry around with them, and they're adding up all the mileage, right? Which I can only imagine it's a pain in the butt. So I wanted to be able to save time, right? By having the software, this app, be able to catch it automatically. I wanted to be able to accurately track my business and personal mileage. And I also wanted to have an easy way to be able to get this information to my accountant. And like I mentioned before, this app is really cool because it actually gives you monthly and yearly summaries, and it gives you the ability to be able to download it monthly or just download it yearly into a PDF format, which you could then just hand over to your accountant on a beautiful silver platter. So, save money, save time, be on the right side of the law. And, I think this will help all of us sleep a little better at night, right? The odds of us getting audited, it's slim, right? But then again, if it does happen to you or if it happens to me, I want to be prepared. I want to make sure that I've done things correctly and I've tracked all of my expenses and my deductions properly and according to the law, just so I don't end up owing more money. Because if you can't prove your deductions, you're out of luck, from my understanding. So that's the app, guys. MileIQ. If you do want to try this out, there is a free version as well. There's a link down below, rakeandprofit.com/MileIQ. There's a free version up to 40 drives per month. There's a monthly version at $5.99 a month, and then there is a annual version, which if you go through my link below, you'll save 20%. That 20% only applies to the yearly, the annual. And if you do go through my link for the annual, I will get a little commission. I believe it's a Tango card, which if anybody knows what a Tango card is, let me know. But yeah, if you want to give back and help me and give me a little something for making these videos and just say thank you, that would be very, very nice of you, and I would appreciate that. So I'm going to just go into the comments now that I've covered this app and just open up the floor for any questions, any comments about the app, or just anything in general. I'm here to help you guys out as much as I possibly can. So I'm going to just scroll to the comments section really quick. So Clearing Clutter for Clarity saying, hey, Rake, never used it. I don't track mileage. So if you do your taxes at the end of the year, and I say if you do because I know quite a few people who don't even do their taxes. They don't claim it. Maybe they're under that 20,000 threshold or whatnot. I would suggest claiming it if you can, if you've been in business for a while, because, I honestly believe that over the next couple of years, the IRS is going to become more and more strict, and they're going to have more of a laser focus on us folks who are making money online. I know things are very lenient right now, but if you're working with a CPA or an accountant, they're going to want to know how much mileage you're deducting. So you want to be able to track that, whether it's manually or with the app. So I would definitely recommend looking into that app. So someone says didn't like Hurdle, so that might be another app. I've never heard of that before. Bobby Moon says I downloaded it last week but haven't used it as well. So just like any app or any software, you've got to use it. You've got to, you've got to play around with it. It's just how it works. Certain apps are a little more complicated, others are easier, but this app looks pretty straightforward. I think the only thing you're going to have to focus on is after each day, you're going to have to go in and classify all your drives, whether it's personal or business. I was watching some tutorial videos, so I think that's it. So Yvonne says, do you track miles back and forth from a place? I do. If it's business, I went there for business and I'm coming back, then I'd say it's classified as business. It's the same thing if you were like a delivery driver at a bakery or at some business and you had to drive your own car and write it off. I mean, if you're out and then you have to come back, I'd say it's still part of business. But that's a good question right there. I'd like to know what you folks think about that. Mike M, does it still require odometer readings? How does this charge for multiple cars? So it's not based on your odometer on your actual car. It somehow tracks through the app, from my understanding. It knows how to track the mileage. It's built into your phone. So when you're driving, it's tracking your mileage through the GPS or something. So I don't believe it has anything to do with your odometer. And I know there is a feature that allows you to switch cars. So if you're switching, like right here under personalization, I don't know if you can see that. You can actually type vehicles, And it says enter your vehicles and starting odometer readings. Select one to assign to new drives. So you know what? Maybe I have to eat my words. So I think you might have to put in your original odometer reading because it says enter your vehicles and starting odometer reading. Select one to assign to new drives. So you can put in your primary vehicle and then your other vehicles. So from my understanding, I have a Hyundai Sonata, so I would type in Hyundai Sonata, and then maybe as other vehicles, maybe I would put in the Honda Accord or whatever car that my girlfriend has if I was to drive it one day. So that looks pretty straightforward right there on the app. Why would they need personal? I don't know why, probably just to make sure that whatever your business is that it's accurate and reasonable. Um, that's just the way it is. I mean, when you pay, like for example, when you pay state sales tax, they want to know all your sales, right? So if you guys have ever paid your sales tax, which you should, I live in Connecticut. Any sale that I make from Connecticut to Connecticut's going to want their cut. But when I'm doing my quarterly sales tax, they want an overview of all my sales. So let's just say I did $25,000 in sales from January to March, to the end of the March. So I would say, okay, here's $25,000 in sales, overall sales in my business, and here's $1,200 in sales that came from Connecticut. I think they want to see it just to get a better picture of what's going on to make sure that they're not getting gypped, from my understanding. So Bobby Moon says you would not want to put a trip to a friend's house as a business expense. Therefore, you would categorize it as personal. Yep, exactly. Bobby Moon says, I am assuming it uses your GPS. So as long as you have your phone on you, it does not matter which car you are in. Yeah, I'm not sure of that. I'm not entirely sure why it wants you to switch vehicles. Maybe because I don't know. I was thinking about maybe because you get better gas mileage on some vehicles, but I don't know if that matters or not. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. Right on Ross says when dealing with your mileage, you can absolutely count your return trip. So that's what I thought. Crystal says yes, they have to be able to reconcile total mileage as business plus personal. So there you go, right there. Hey, what's going on, Chicago Crown Hustler? Hopefully you're enjoying this video. So I'm just going through some of the other comments. Jessica Garcia Greg is saying, do you get a selling license when you start? So I'm not sure what you mean in terms of the app. You don't need a license or anything for this. In terms of your overall business, you don't have to incorporate with an LLC or an S corp or anything like that. But obviously, if you want that added cushion and that protection, in the event of any type of liability, then you might want to consider it. I would talk to your CPA about that, or talk to your lawyer about incorporating somehow. I have LLC. We had just had a talk, myself, my bookkeeper, and my CPA. We had to talk about possibly moving up to an S corp, but I'm not quite at that income level yet to where it would benefit me to be an S corp and then pay myself a salary, at least here in Connecticut. So probably in the next couple of years, I will transition over from an LLC to an S corp, and I'm not sure how that works. But yeah, I'll definitely keep you guys posted if I do. Joe Thompson says, can you actually make money off selling used clothes from stores on eBay? Just check out some of my other videos. I have about 1,000 of them. So yes, you definitely can. Walk into any thrift store, right, and see how much they're charging for their clothes, and then go on eBay and look at their sold listings. There's definitely money to be made. It's a lot of work, but there's money to be made for sure. Let's see. It looks like we have a disagreement here, which is good. Right on says if you register your car as a business car and put a sticker advertising for your business, you can count all miles personal and business. So that's Right On's opinion. I don't know the answer to this, but then Crystal is coming back saying, Right On, that's 100% false. And that's one of the things I got dinged on. So I think the moral of the story here is, guys, don't listen to me in terms of like legal advice, accounting, CPA, any type of legal advice, which I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm just giving you my opinion, my bro science opinion. What you want to do at the end of the day, is listen to what others have to say in the reselling business, especially if you're new. Take that with a grain of salt, and then go get a qualified professional, whether it's an accountant or a CPA or a lawyer, but somebody who's in the trenches, knows all the laws, knows all the rules. I'm in Connecticut. Things could be completely different for you in California. So this isn't legal advice. This is just my opinion and what I'm doing and my experience. Get someone who's qualified and run it by them, right? There's no point in arguing in the comments section because just various state laws and whatnot. So talk to a professional, because just like Crystal's saying in the comment section, she was doing some things behind the scenes, and I don't know the exact details, that she thought was correct and the right thing to do. And then the IRS, I don't know if she was audited or what. I'm just reading the comments, but she got dinged for over $6,000. I believe she had to pay back because maybe she was guessing or trying to figure out things on her own. So that's why I'm such a firm believer in investing in my partnerships in my business, from my bookkeeper to my CPA, lawyer, all that stuff. You want to have a good team by your side. And, when you're brand spanking new, starting an eBay business or an Amazon business, you don't necessarily have to have this whole team in place. You don't necessarily have to have an LLC or an S Corp, hire a bookkeeper like I had, or, hire a lawyer and get all these softwares and stuff. But it's something to think about as you grow. You want to make sure that you're building a really strong foundation, because when you're a business owner, there's certain responsibilities that come along with it, like paying your taxes and having your books in line and being able to have proof of your deductions and whatnot. So these are things that I've been learning over time, and I've been growing, and I've made a lot of mistakes, and I'm still making mistakes, but I'm slowly and surely improving my systems and trying to do the right thing. And I hope that this video helped you in that sense and maybe gave you some good advice. But again, take everything I say with a grain of salt, try things out yourself, and then hire a qualified, professional, whether it's a lawyer or CPA. So I just want to put that out there for you guys. Soul Magic 101, good to see you, Soul. What are your thoughts about Forex for someone with a budget of 1,000, and is it worth it joining iMarkets Live to trade on Forex as a newbie? To be honest, I have no clue about any of that. If my partner Eric, the college picker, was here, he could probably help you, but unfortunately, that's not my area of knowledge. Jamie says hi from the UK. We got UK in the house right now. Hello. We got Grandma Magic's Classics in the house saying hi from Michigan. We got Michigan here. Good to see ya. Joseph is saying in New York State, a business vehicle is tax deductible. No sticker needed. So I don't know the exact rules about this, but I know you can actually buy a vehicle in your business name. So for example, say you have an LLC or an S Corp, you can actually buy things in that name, as an actual entity. So I don't know how that all works. But I guess it's something to talk to your CPA about for sure, right? If you guys have any questions or you don't have a CPA, what I did was, because as of late I hired a new CPA because I needed somebody who specialized more in internet sales and e-commerce, and someone who has a lot of experience with this. So what I actually did, and I learned a ton by doing this, I got a bunch of referrals from people on YouTube, from people locally, of people who CPAs who have really good experience in e-commerce and eBay and Amazon. And I had a list of like 10, and all I did was call each and every one up, and I pretty much interviewed them. And while interviewing them and getting a feel for them to see if we have chemistry, if we vibe, because you got to make sure you get along with your CPA. Hey, what do you do in this situation? Hey, this is my current circumstance. What would you advise for me in terms of this? And I would ask all these questions, and you learn so much about deductions and taxes and estimated payments and sales tax and so many different things. So if you don't have a CPA and you're looking for help, just call a bunch of them up. Don't just waste their time. Actually be looking to hire somebody, but ask some questions, vibe with them, talk with them, and you'll learn so much. It's like a college education. So hopefully that helps you right there. So Corey says, I track mileage and Inventory Lab. So I didn't know Inventory Lab did that. I actually use Inventory Lab for listing on Amazon, but I don't use it for their, because they have a section to help you with like taxes and whatnot. But that's cool. I didn't know that. But still, you're going to have to manually track your mileage and put it in. It's not like it's an app running in the background. Soul Magic 101 says, what is more suitable for retail arbitrage, eBay or Amazon? Well, typically it's Amazon because you're going to get higher prices. Um, I've never really done retail arbitrage on eBay at all. It just seems like the prices aren't high enough. And after shipping and everything, a lot of the profit gets taken out. And if you're going the FBA, the Amazon FBA route, all you're responsible for in terms of a shipping price is getting it to them, and then they ship it, essentially for free for you. So I find that Amazon's a much better, well-suited option for retail arbitrage versus eBay. The eBay Profit, what's going on? Good to see you, man. Who did it 99? Your receipts from the stores you visit is also a verification of mileage. I don't know the truth behind that. I'm sure, obviously you have to get there somehow. But at the end of the year, what are you going to do? You're going to take your 500 receipts and just estimate your mileage? I don't know if that's going to stand. I mean, obviously it'll stand for something if you were to get audited, I'm assuming. But it's going to be super, like, just if you ever got audited, I don't know how they'd handle that, right? I'd rather have an app that documented everything, that shows everywhere I drove in a PDF download. So Matt, uh, Gelfresh, good to see you, Matt. I like your last name. That's cool. Also, a first-time live viewer from Cincinnati, Ohio. So there's a lot of new people watching right now. So welcome, welcome. Glad to have you guys here. If you do like this video and you've been enjoying it, give me a thumbs up, guys. I definitely appreciate that. Only 28 thumbs up. I need some more. It's my energy. It's my life force. There's a lot of people from the UK in the house right now. So Crystal Reeves, hi from the UK, first time watching. Mitchell Blades Golf, also UK. So I don't know where all you UK folks are coming from. You're coming out of the woodworks on me, but I like it. I like it a lot. So, okay, I'm just looking to see if there's any more questions coming in, guys. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask away. Anything to do with eBay, Amazon, automation, whatever you have, guys, I'm here to help you out as much as I possibly can. If you have any YouTube questions, I'd be glad to help you out as well. I also have another question for you guys. What other softwares are you currently using in your business, in your eBay business, in your Amazon business? So currently for me, off the top, I am using Reprice It, which is a repricer that helps to automatically reprice my items on Amazon. I use Inventory Lab, which is a software that allows me to speed up my listings. I have MileIQ right now. What else do I have off the top? I'm just looking at my phone. I use the Amazon Seller app, which is free. I also use the eBay app, which is free as well. I use FBA Scan, which is it's a software. Essentially, it's kind of like Amazon Seller app, but it just gives you some better information, allows you to do some cooler things. Uh, Shivali says, for Shopify, do you use, I never know how to pronounce it. I think it's Oberlo. Yes, I do. Oberlo actually allows you to easily import items from AliExpress into your Shopify store, and I use it. I love it. Currently, I'm selling a lot of digital print-on-demand shirts and whatnot in my Shopify store, but I am selling a couple physical products being drop shipped off of AliExpress, and Oberlo helps to import those items in. So I think it works great. Mitchell Blades Golf says, I'm just about to start next week selling secondhand clothes. How many shall I put on eBay to start with? Well, it depends. If you are brand new to eBay, you're going to have a selling limit. It's been a while since I've had a selling limit on eBay, although I am going to be starting a new eBay account because I think I'm going to do I think I'm going to document and do like a case study of like what it's like starting from scratch. Once I move into my new place in 2 weeks, I think I'm going to open up a new eBay account and just kind of track the journey for you guys. I'm not 100% sure. It's not in stone yet, but I want to be able to showcase what it's like for like a new seller and the struggles and challenges. And one of those challenges is dealing with seller limits. I don't know why I'm putting quotations around it. It's real. But pretty much eBay will cap you off in terms of how much dollars worth of items you can sell and or the quantity. So, in terms of how many you should list, as many as you possibly can. I love selling clothes. I've got a ton of clothes right by my side that I need to list up. I mean, here's a Pendleton, beautiful Pendleton, uh, leather elbow pads, patches. This will probably sell for 50 bucks. I love selling clothes. And if you guys are new to my channel, check out the video that I did yesterday. I did a live clothing haul with my buddy Christopher Lynn, showcasing some of the items I found. And there's big money to be made in used clothing for sure. Uh, Ladamina says, hello, Raken. I have a problem. I'm trying to register on Amazon, but they cannot verify my number because I'm from Lithuania and they cannot verify. I try sending tickets to them, but they can't help. I don't know what advice I have right there because obviously I'm from the States. I've never had to deal with that issue. So I would probably, my advice is just to continue creating support tickets. Trying to think what else I would do if I was in your situation. I would continue trying to message them to see if you can get the right person. Try calling them, try live chatting them, and or start looking on Google. Go into Facebook groups. There's a ton of free Facebook groups you could join with like 20, 30,000 people and post that question in there and see if any other international sellers have dealt with that problem. You might have to get a new phone number or like a Google Voice number. What if you got a Google Voice number? Maybe that would work. I don't know. But I would just keep trying, keep asking around. What app do you use for the t-shirts for your Shopify store, if you don't mind me asking, Shivali? Yeah, no problem. I use Custom Cat as my company that is a print-on-demand service. So they connect with my Shopify store. So essentially what I do is I make my designs, I upload them through Custom Cat, set the prices, the variations, all that stuff. That gets automatically imported into Shopify. Somebody buys a t-shirt from my Shopify store. Custom Cat gets the order. They manufacture it and they ship it automatically to my customer. And then I have an app called Trackify, which then automatically gives my customer the tracking number and gives them like email updates throughout the transit of the item until it gets to the location. So Custom Cat. April 1st, eBay changes subscription fees. How do you feel about that? And if they're working on advertising, do you think it will bring traffic? I don't even know about I've been kind of out of the loop lately, guys. I just came back from Vegas, Austin. I sell a lot on Amazon. I haven't been like super, super duper active on eBay. So I'm not exactly sure what the fee increases are. But it's normal. It happens on all these platforms. Fees always go up with inflation or for whatever reason. So, it sucks, but we'll survive and we'll have to deal with it. There's nothing you can do about it, really. I mean, where else can you put an item up and get, the potential of millions of people to see your item, right? I mean, I have my own website, my own Shopify store. It's so expensive to drive traffic, and my main source of driving traffic is through Facebook ads. Um, but just to rank and get organic traffic in Google and social media and content marketing, it's expensive, it's time consuming. And while it sucks that eBay raises their fees, it sucks that Amazon raises their fees, we literally have access to put products on these, websites and get the potential of millions and millions of people to see our items. So it sucks, but at the same time, we're so freaking lucky to have access to these websites. So Crystal's saying that she's used up all of her free listings on eBay, and now she's having to pay 20 cents each. Would you recommend upgrading to Premier? You'd have to weigh it out. There's a calculator on there that actually you can like input how many listings you're listing on average per month and different things like that, and it'll actually like break down the numbers and tell you if it's worth it or not. So I would put in like eBay store calculator or something like that into Google, and you should be able to get a better idea by inputting your numbers in there based on your averages to see if it's worth it or not. Mitchell, how come you don't advertise your clothes on YouTube? Would that not be good marketing for you? It's just too much work, to market your clothes on YouTube. First of all, my YouTube channel, people come to my channel because they want to learn about entrepreneurship, eBay, and Amazon. They're not coming to buy my clothes. So, marketing 101 is if you have anything for sale, you have to make sure that you're marketing it to that right person, right? So the right person isn't on YouTube. Could I make sales? Yes, but it's not going to be worth it for me. It's better just using good keywords, putting in the right information, the item descriptions, and the item specifics, putting a strong description, and having it just be found by people who are actually interested. So for me, it's really not worth my time, and it's not going to be worth the time for you either. Mother's mustache. Are you following me? Inside joke. I've heard you mention a few times over the week that you are moving soon. Are you buying a home? No, I'm actually moving into another apartment. The apartment that I'm in right now, and there's not really anything on the walls anymore. Just my weight loss goals and another picture. I've been taking things off the walls, but I'm actually downsizing into a smaller apartment. And the reason is just this apartment was huge. It was 1,700 square feet, has like 500 square foot storage in the garage, and I just don't need all this space. Um, I just felt like I was just throwing money out of the window. So I'm actually moving into a smaller place. It's still pretty big. It's I think it's like 11 or 1,200 square feet with like 500 square feet of basement. But I'm saving like 300 or 400 bucks a month. So I'm trying to be smart with my money and invest it properly and not waste and just throw money out the window. A lot of people, they fall into the trap of when they make more money, they spend more money, and the stress just always stays here. Like I want my stress to go down. So the more money I make, I want to try to cap off my bills as much as possible because I love my freedom. I like to be able to take off a month if I want or go travel somewhere. Or if I don't feel like selling on eBay, I'll just say screw eBay. I'll just do Amazon. Or if I don't feel like doing eBay or Amazon, I'll just say screw that because my bills aren't super high. I save my money. I try to invest my money in different things and be smart with it. I don't want to make more money and just keep the stress up here. So I decided to downsize to a smaller place just because I was just wasting money. And I had a 2 bedroom here. It was just too much space. So things are a little hectic right now. After this call, I do need to spend some time moving out of this place because I have to be out of here by April 5th. But be smart with your money. If you make more money, don't just mortgage up higher and higher and higher rent, higher car payment, newer car, because it's just a recipe for disaster. For me, money isn't the most important thing. Like right now, as you can see right there, that is my little goal chart that I created. Wait, there, yeah, right there. And you probably can't see it. Let me see if I could zoom in on this. There we go. You might not be able to see it, but that's my little weight loss goal chart. And in each box is a date, about a week for each box. And my goal is to weigh 169 pounds on July 10th, 2017, and I've got 1,800 calories a day, which I'm eating. Workout 5 times a week, cardio 5 to 6 times a week, and then I have my milestone. So in order for me to hit my goal of 169 pounds, which right now I'm about 197, I've got to weigh 191 by April 17th, 179 by the 29th of May, which is my birthday, and 169 by July 10th, which is definitely reasonable. It's a pound and a half a week. And speaking of apps, I use the MyFitnessPal app, which is really cool. But I guess what I'm trying to say, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is money isn't the most important thing for me. It's more of a balanced lifestyle. I want to be able to take time off. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to vacation. I want to be able to spend a couple of hours a day working out, spending time with my girlfriend, family, being able to help people, make YouTube videos, right? If I was stressing out about money all the time, I couldn't be making all these videos. I couldn't be, just doing the things that I want to do. So that comes back again to, why I'm downsizing is because I want to be smart with my money. Each year, my income continues to go up over the last 4 years. Every year, it's been going up. And for like the first 2 to 3 years, my bills were all going up. And this year, I said, you know what? I want to save more money. I want to be able to invest more money. I want to be smarter with my money. So I think that's a good lesson for us all to learn. Bubba, what's going on, Mr. Sadie? Only Me says within the next 2 years, every Chinese manufacturer will be selling on Amazon FBA. I thought they already were, but yeah, I know what you mean. Mitchell says I work at Asta to Walmart to you Walmart. I'm putting all money back into my business and eventually buy from Alibaba and sell on Amazon FBA. Do some private label. I like it. Only me, but how many people actually put that into practice? Not many. Yeah, I mean that's why you see like a lot of celebrities and like like super rich folks, like they go bankrupt. And like even like people who win the lottery, like I think it's what, like 80% of people who win the lottery go bankrupt in 5 years because they make more money and they just spend more money. Most people are just on the rat wheel. The rat wheel? The rat race. They're in the rat race, but they're on the hamster wheel, just running in space. And every time they get more money, they just spend it. They get more money, they spend it. They leverage as much as they possibly can. And I'm not gonna lie, I've got that instinct in me to want to do that, but I don't want to sacrifice the lifestyle. So I think there's more to life than just making money. So money's important and money's a resource that can allow you to do a lot of amazing things. But I think that you've got to look beyond that at times. Anywho, guys, appreciate you watching. If you guys did like this video, do me a big favor, hit the like button. If you guys want to try out the MileIQ app, which I'm pulling up right now, if you want to try that out, there's a link down in the description, which will save you 20% on the annual membership. So that'll save 20% off of the $54.99 by going through my link. If you just go through normally without my link, you're going to have to pay full price. So hopefully that helps. I will keep you guys posted over the next couple of weeks. I'll probably make an update video in terms of how the app's been working, the good, the bad, the ugly, what I like, what I don't like, if I still recommend it to you guys, because as of now, it looks really good. And I have friends and I have people in the green room who use it and love it. But, until you try it for yourself, you never really know if it's going to work out for you. So I will keep you guys posted. Clearing clutter for clarity. Thank you for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Organically Hannah, thanks for the video. Bye, y'all. Take care, Organic Hannah. Mr. Sadie, I'll talk to you later. Drummer, appreciate it. Everybody else, thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment. See you guys in the next video, and have a great day. Bye.